It's actually good for LeBron that the Warriors now have 5 All-Stars, because now for the rest of my life, when people criticize LeBron saying he could never beat the Warriors, I'll say, they literally had 5 All-Stars. You're an idiot.
That was my initial reaction to the Golden State Warriors signing Boogie Cousins. That was my first reaction last night. And I'm seeing a narrative today that just is ridiculous and driving me nuts. People are saying, you should not hate the Warriors. You should hate the system that allowed the Warriors to get together, making it sound like we should blame Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, for allowing the Golden State Warriors to exist. Okay, we got to unpack that. That's ridiculous. Do you know why the Warriors are able to play together? It's very simple. They all took less money. Everybody on the Warriors, aside from Steph Curry, took a pay cut so they could play together. Steph Curry has a max contract. Congratulations. They only have one player on a max contract. Kevin Durant is paid $30 million a year next year. He took a $5 million pay cut so that he could play with the Warriors. Klay Thompson makes only $18 million. I know, only $18 million, but he doesn't make a max contract like he could. He could make far more. And again, I repeat, Kevin Durant, second best player in the world, is not paid like it. Draymond Green, when he signed in 2015, took a $12 million pay cut. He left $12 million on the table so that he could re-sign with the Warriors for less money. He wanted to take a pay cut so that he could win. Remember the $5 million that the Warriors saved on Kevin Durant next year? When Kevin Durant left $5 million on the table, the Warriors turned around and they used it on All-Star Boogie Cousins. How do you stop that? You can't. And so when people say it's the NBA's fault, as if the NBA somehow has created a system where only the Warriors can succeed, it's not true. If you want to beat the Warriors, let me tell you what you do. You take a pay cut. It's not like other teams have not had an opportunity to succeed like the Warriors have. There were a couple of free agents this year. There was LeBron James, Boogie Cousins, and Paul George. Oh, not to mention, by the way, Chris Paul had an opportunity for a new contract. If those players, if LeBron, Paul George, Boogie Cousins, and Chris Paul all wanted to take less money so they could sign with the Rockets and win a championship next year, they could have. However, nobody was willing to take less money. And I'm not blaming them. I'm not saying that, I understand why people don't want to get paid less than they're worth. I understand why the LeBron James wants a max contract. He's the best player in the world. He should be paid like it. But I gotta say, it's not an unfair system. It's not a system that only allows the Warriors to succeed. That's just not true. When you say, oh, it's so unfair, the Warriors keep getting together. No. The Warriors outsmarted everybody. They made a conscious decision to take a pay cut so that they could play together. You had the opportunity to do that, and other teams did not do that. So that's the one thing I'll never understand is why people say, it's so unfair that the Warriors, it may not be good for the NBA, it may be frustrating, but it's nothing about it is unfair. It's not the NBA's fault. If a player or a collection of players wants to take less money, there's no way you can police that. It's just not possible. Here's the other thing working around this with the LeBron James, with Boogie Cousins signing with the Warriors. It's actually good for LeBron James. Here's the thing. Years from now, when people say, well, LeBron James could never beat the Golden State Warriors, guess what I'll be able to say? They literally had 5 All-Stars. We've never seen a team like that. We've never seen a team in the NBA that has 5 players that could start on every other team in the NBA. That's just never happened before. And so here's the other thing. This season, it helps LeBron James. LeBron James was not going to win a championship this year. He never was. He never will this year. Next year, LeBron will not win a championship. But now we all expect him not to. We all know it's possible. So when people say, well, he could never beat the Warriors, did you really expect him to? Nobody thought he was going to. The other thing that Boogie Cousins signing with the Warriors does is Boogie Cousins signing with the Warriors gives the Kawhi Leonard situation clarity. We now know what the Lakers should do. Under no circumstance should the Lakers under no circumstance should the Lakers trade for Kawhi Leonard. Don't give up a cent for Kawhi Leonard because you're not going to win a championship this year anyways. This year's lost. This year's a wash. Wait 1 year, then sign Kawhi Leonard in free agency. It's very simple. So I guess the point is this. The ramifications are there's no way the Warriors are going to lose the NBA Finals. I'll say it the other way. The Warriors absolutely will win the NBA Finals unless Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, unless both of them get hurt. They could even lose one of their star players and still win a championship. They're that good. The Warriors will win the next NBA championship. Okay, move on. And I just don't think it's unfair. The narrative that I should hate the NBA system. We have to create rules to stop players in the NBA from being able to do what the Warriors are doing. Are you going to create a rule that says you have to take less money, or you have to take the most money possible? Are you going to create a rule that says if you're a free agent and you have a max contract available, you have to take it? You can't police that. If a player wants to take less money so he can win, you cannot stop them. And there's nothing unfair about that. You just need to do it too. Players, nobody can complain about it's so unfair that the Warriors all get to play together. Let me repeat this. If you want to beat the Warriors, you can. Get a collection of good players, take less money, and you can all beat the Warriors because that's what they did. They only have one max contract in the Bay Area with the Golden State Warriors. It's Steph Curry. It's not impossible. If LeBron, Paul George, Boogie Cousins, and Chris Paul all wanted to beat the Golden State Warriors, they could have teamed up. They could have taken less money, a couple $1 million each. What if you pay them each $15 million instead of max contracts? Guess what? They probably would have all worked on the Rockets, and you could have beaten the Warriors. Even if not 50 to $5 million. Boogie Cousins, an all-star, is being paid $5 million a year. That's unprecedented. So even though I hate the Warriors, I'm sick of the Warriors, I want LeBron to beat the Warriors. Sadly, he will not. And the reason why the Warriors are dominating is not a reason that's unfair. They've all decided we're going to take less money so we can win a championship. Stop telling me it's unfair about the Warriors. That drives me nuts, and I'm done with that. All right, that's all I have to say. One more thing I want to say, because I'm not doing a podcast today. I'm doing one short video just to get my thoughts out. People are coming back. People are giving me feedback on my last podcast saying, Zach, why don't you believe in the Mariners? I will tell you this. I was a Mariners fan for years. And the entire time I've been alive, the Mariners have not made the playoffs. Year after year after year, the Seattle Mariners have faltered at the end of the year. I see a trend. And so when people say, this Mariner team is different, this year's team is very different. No, I said that every single year of my life, and it was never true. I do not believe the Seattle Mariners are different. Until I get proof that they're different, I will not believe it. I want proof. I want evidence that something is different with the Mariners this year than last year. Until I get that, I'm not going to buy it. I simply will not believe you. You want to tell me the Mariners are different this year? Prove it. Let's see it happen. When the Mariners are in the playoffs, I will eat my words. I will be wrong. But until the Mariners do something to prove me wrong, I will not budge. The Mariners have done nothing to make me believe in them. They're having some success. They're the fourth best team in baseball right now. Congratulations. But I don't think they're different. Because every single year of my life, I was saying, the Mariners are different this year. Okay. Oh, great. But let's see it from them. Until I see it from the Mariners, I will not buy it. Prove it, and then I'll eat my words. All right, my name is Zach Schaumler. That's all I have. If you like this video, share with your friends. You can subscribe to the podcast on Twitter, on SoundCloud and YouTube and everywhere else. And if you like what I have to say, share this with your friends. But that's all I want to say. I just wanted to get it out. I was so angry when people were saying it's unfair about the Warriors. I hate the Warriors. Nothing about it is unfair, though. If you want to get a collection of players together, they all need to take less money, and they can beat the Warriors. I'm going to drop the mic. That's all I have to say. Move on with your lives. Stop being angry. Be angry all you want. I'm not happy about it. I was yelling last night. But don't tell me that what the Warriors are doing is unfair.